Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Anne Muir.
And I'm Luke Haley. Spotlight uses a special English method of broadcasting. It is easier for people to understand, no matter where in the world they live.
Do you recognise this sound? All over the world, people hear it on the radio when they listen to the BBC World Service. It is the sound of a bell called Big Ben. Big Ben hangs in the Elizabeth Tower next to the Houses of Parliament in London, England. It is one of the most famous bells in the world. Today's Spotlight is on Big Ben and other famous bells.
Big Ben was first made in 1856, but it cracked when the makers tested it. It was broken. Experts believed they knew why the bell broke. The hammer used to strike the bell was too heavy. Big Ben could not be fixed. So bell makers made a new bell, a new Big Ben. And they used the metal from the first bell.
The new Big Ben was ready in 1859. It was a great event. Big Ben travelled through the streets of London on a special carriage. 16 horses pulled the heavy carriage. The horses all wore bright colours. Traffic stopped as the bell passed, and crowds of people cheered.
But after only a few weeks, this bell also cracked. Workers had used the same heavy hammer to strike the bell. And again, the bell broke. This time, the organisers did not make a new bell. Instead, they decided to use a lighter hammer. They also decided to turn the bell around. This way, the hammer did not hit the weak part. The plan worked. Finally, everyone could hear the sound of Big Ben across the city of London.
Big Ben is a very large bell. It weighs 13.7 tons and it measures 2.7 metres across. But it is not the largest bell in the world. The Tsar bell in Moscow, Russia is bigger. It weighs 13 times as much, 180 tons, and it measures 6.6 metres across. The Tsar bell was made nearly 300 years ago, but no one ever used it. It broke during a great fire. Today, people can still see the Tsar bell in the Kremlin in Russia.
But where is the largest bell that can still be used. For many years it was the Great Mingham Bell in Myanmar. This huge bell weighs around 90 tons, and it measures 5 meters across. But in 2000, bell makers in Henan, China, made the Bell of Good Luck. This huge bell weighs around 116 tons. Today, it is the world's largest working bell.
All of these bells are large, but the largest bell ever made is from Myanmar. In 1484, people in Myanmar made the Great Bell of Damatzeti. Experts think it weighed about 300 tons. Jewels covered it. In 1608, Portuguese traders removed it from its temple. They wanted to float it across a river, so they put it on a raft. But the bell was too heavy. It sank to the bottom of the river, and it's still there. Some people would like to rescue it from the river, but it is too heavy.
Like the Great Bell of Damatzeti, many of the great bells of the world were made for temples or churches. People around the world hear these bells as part of worship. Small bells are used for prayer or meditation. Large bells call people to come and worship at particular times. But all these bells have special meaning to the people who come.
The lutein bell is another famous bell. It is used for a very different purpose. The lutein bell was originally on a boat called the HMS Lutein. However, today it is at Lloyd's Insurance Company in London, England. For hundreds of years, many British ship owners have insured their ships with Lloyd's Insurance Company. If their ship is lost at sea, the insurance company pays them money. In 1799, the HMS Lutein ship sank off the Dutch coast. The ship was carrying gold. Lloyd's Insurance Company paid the owners for the lost ship and the gold.
In 1858, divers recovered the lutein bell from the bottom of the ocean. Now it belonged to Lloyd's. For many years, Lloyd's used the lutein bell to give news about ships. Lloyd's rang the bell when a ship was expected to arrive in the nearby port. If you heard the bell ring once, you knew that a ship was lost at sea. But if you heard the lutein bell 2 times, you knew that the ship was safe in port.
Today, the company only rings the lutein bell after international or British national tragic events. For example, Lloyd's workers rang it after the Indian Ocean tsunami in 2004. They also ring it when a member of the British royal family dies.
Around the world, there are other bells that have a very special purpose. They ring for peace. Many countries have hung peace bells in their cities. There are world peace bells in Canada, the Philippines, Japan, the United States, Spain, Germany, Mexico, New Zealand, Australia, and in many other places.
In June of 1954, Japan presented a peace bell to the United Nations. The Japanese bell makers made the bell with a special mixture of metals. They collected coins from people in 60 different countries to make the bell. You can hear the Japanese peace bell on the first day of spring every year. And you can hear it again on the 21st of September. This is a special date. It is the first day of the United Nations General Assembly, and it is also the International Day of Peace.
In 1994, the United Nations held a special event to remember the 40th anniversary of the Japanese peace bell. At that event, the Secretary-General of the UN, Boutros Ghali, said,
"Whenever it has made sound, this Japanese peace bell has sent a clear message. The message is sent to all people. Peace is a rare treasure. It is not enough to desire peace. Peace requires work. Long, hard, difficult work."